Damn it. Welcome, everyone, to episode 2 of my StoneBlock. That's not what I'm doing, is it? Of my StoneBlock survival series. Oh, I have hunger. That makes sense. I should probably stand still then. I have just gotten my stuff back. If you didn't just watch the last episode, at least, I died, and I just showed you at the start there what I have to do to actually get back here because I don't have a bed yet, and I haven't killed enough spiders to make one, or let a sheep spawn, but the spiders is probably easier, honestly. So anyway, right now we're gonna focus on getting our food situation sorted. I think that is honestly the most important thing I could be doing, as that's pretty dire. We were lucky enough last episode to find this guy though, so that's going to save us a bit of early game development. All I'm really going to have to do now is find a witch and get her to weaken this guy. And then as soon as that happens, I can hopefully start getting myself some emeralds. But I think I'm going to start this episode with something that I said I was going to do. Well, something I set as one of my early game goals last time, which was to clear this area out in basically 48 directions from spawn. 48 blocks, pardon me, in every direction from spawn. 48, 48, 48, 48. And hopefully that way I can incite a wandering trader to spawn. And I think I won't light it up at first just to see if I can get mobs to spawn, because I would really like to get that string for that bed. And, any more rotten flesh or bones would be great to have. So, yeah, I think we're going to start this episode off with a little time lapse. I would love to do this in replay mod, but unfortunately it's not up to date right now. I'm playing in 1.20, 1.2, so yeah, you'll have to wait till that updates to get some better third-person time lapses. But yeah, let's get to digging. I'm going to need a lot of pickaxes, which just grew. I just wanted to bring you back here for a second because this is our first bread. So we finally get to eat a real piece of food. We might even start healing after eating it. My audio is muted here, but I just wanted to quickly come back and show that I got a carrot, which was a pretty cool milestone. Alright, and just like that, I have mined 48 blocks out in every cardinal direction. I have 48 blocks this way, 48 blocks that way, 48 blocks that way, and you get the idea. It's every direction. That guy's scary. So that's a start to the Wandering Trader spawning platform. Now I'm just going to need to cut out the quarters. It took me like an hour to mine these 4 quadrants. So to mine everything in between, it's probably going to take, 2 hours per quarter, let's say. So what I'm going to do is just cut it all out. Oh yeah, if it's not obvious, I did expand the farm a little bit because, um, well, you know, we have the carrots now, and I want my food to actually be renewable. That's the goal. So we're trying to make a nice big farming area while also having enough space to grow trees. Anyway, I'm gonna break these now. And there you go. Just broke out that quarter. Now, a few interesting things happened while I was doing that. For one, I got another zombie villager, so as little as it's important right now, I have 2 of these guys. I did get a bed. I ended up killing enough spiders to get, you know, the wool I needed for a bed, and I just bone mealed some grass to get the red dye because I like to only use red beds for nostalgia's sake. I got potatoes, which is insane because that's probably like the best early game food source I'm gonna get. Um, so yeah, honestly, potatoes are amazing. If you're wondering how this is possible, there's a water source here. It's actually because if you bone meal, you know, I put this trapdoor here, but let's say on this side, if I bone meal the block right here, it creates seaweed in that space, and that seaweed is actually a source block now. So I was able to get a source block here. I was trying to fish in it to see if I can get some trash, because bamboo is actually on the trash sort of list, but unfortunately I did not have any such luck. I don't know if you can actually even fish in a 1x1 even for trash. But yeah, I I got potatoes, I got a bed, I got a second zombie villager, and as you probably just saw, I made this tunnel not only too wide, but it now goes all the way down to bedrock, as you can see there. And this is all the dirt I have right now, but I'm planning on getting this grass to go all the way down there, and then, you know, tearing it all out, putting it all back down, and doing that over and over until I get to the bedrock, and then I'll set up a nice little platform of grass, and that should entice some sheep to spawn. Sheep is really like the animal I'm looking for. I mean, pigs will be nice, sure, because pork chops are better than baked potatoes, but wool is probably the best thing to get right now. Oh well, right now, out of the grass at least, because um, well, it's just a nice decorational block, you know. And I did say that one of my challenges was going to be to um get every wool color. There has been one development. I I looked into the spawning mechanics for wandering traders, and unfortunately, I don't think they can spawn down here. But when a wandering trader spawns, it chooses a area like 48 blocks around you, right? So 48 blocks that way, and the other 2 ways. That's fine. I already set that up. Well, I didn't set that up because it's not done yet, but you understand. However, once it chooses that spot, let's say it does blah 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 blah, chooses right here. It will then spawn on the highest point on this block, which in this world is bedrock. And since that's an unspawnable block, it won't spawn on it. Um, and listen, I have not done the best of research personally, but I don't think it's I don't think they'll actually choose this block over the bedrock. I think they'll try to spawn on the bedrock, fail. That's it. That's all, you're done. So what I'm actually getting someone to do for me is I'm paying someone to make a little data pack that's going to allow the wandering traders to spawn underground. It should also come with a command so I can run, you know, a wandering trader spawn chance just to see if the event actually works, which I wouldn't do in this world. I will do in a backup or a different world just to see if it's possible. But yeah, with that added back, we should be back on track with the wandering traders. But until then, we just have to focus on other things that are not wandering trader related. So getting our first villager, still possible. Getting some sheep, still possible. And getting a bucket for the water, the lava, still possible. So I think the very first thing that I should focus on in this episode is probably making myself a mob farm. Um, Now the only problem is, unless I want to do some interesting mechanics where I trickle this water down slowly and like bring it down the stairs to wherever I choose to make my mob farm, and then set it up from there with the bone meal trick and everything. This is going to have to be a waterless mob farm. Um, and like when I say it out loud, doing that honestly doesn't sound so hard, so maybe I'll consider it a bit more. Because waterless mob farms are just really tricky. But yeah, um, we need a mob farm because we need a witch to spawn. We need some more zombies to spawn so we can get some iron. And hey, maybe some of them will spawn with iron swords like this guy, iron shovels and stuff like that. And we'll be able to, dig marginally faster. But obviously the most important thing is just the loose iron because we can make a good few things with that. So anyway, for today's episode, like I said, we're gonna concentrate on the mob farm and the grass. We're gonna try to, by the end of this episode, have passive mobs. That being villagers and regular old passive mobs on the bottom there. Um, and honestly, I think first things first, I'm going to watch grass grow because I just think it'd be funny to time lapse how long this actually takes. I'm going to, get a comfortable spot right here and just do this and do this until the grass has grown. I'm probably going to have to multiply this um, time lapse by many times speed, but we'll see. You might see me open my F1 a few times while that's happening, but we'll see about that. Or worst case, I'll just cut that out. And yeah, I'll come back to you guys when I have a nice patch of grass down right at the bottom. Okay, so a few things. First of all, that was like 24 hours worth of footage. Um, I believe. I haven't edited it yet, but I know that that's gonna suck majorly. Because yeah, getting all the way down to bedrock with that grass took me like, I mean, I left it overnight, quite honestly. I left it overnight just recording because I really wanted that time lapse to be 100% accurate. And yeah, it was like 24 hours worth of footage. I'm gonna try to condense it into like no more than 2 minutes, which means I'm going to have to multiply it by a lot. But there's a few things I need to mention, um, which are kind of news to me, I guess. First of all, I've played a lot, and I mean a lot of Skyblock maps, whether it's vanilla or modded, I've played a lot of them. And one thing that's always been consistent is the lower you go, the more likely it is that you can get, farm animals to spawn. So you go down to 0, you put some grass, and boom, animals start spawning. Doesn't seem to be the case anymore, at least not in this version. I'm playing in 1.20, 1.2 right now. And it just doesn't seem to be the case. So I did a lot of research because I really wanted to get to the bottom of it. At first I was really scared it just wouldn't be possible in this map because of the biome. So this biome is a bamboo jungle, like I mentioned in the first episode, and you know, sheep aren't likely to spawn in a bamboo jungle. Um, so I made a bunch of different worlds trying to replicate this environment, but with grass on different levels, you know, 0, 320, whatever. And the only thing that ever seemed to really spawn was ocelots. Um, and then I found this Minecraft forum post from 2015, weirdly enough. Um, but this guy, I have the post right here, from Jumping P, February 17th, 2015. He says, or they say, that for a passive mob to spawn, it must be between blocks 46 and 52, or 62. So I tried that. I went into a world. I made an entire grass layer, level 50, I believe, and it seemed to work. Mobs were spawning a lot more than they were in other places. So that can't be a one-shot rule, you know, but it seemed to help. So I went with it. I had to go back from the top and grow another line of grass all the way to here. And listen, this is not going to spawn passive mobs for probably a very long time. There's a chance that it just won't until I'm able to multiply grass. But at least it's here. So, you know, while we're doing other stuff, mobs might spawn. Unfortunately, you have to be at least 24 blocks away for mobs to spawn. And this is right next to my mob farm that I've started building. So it's not, I'm not going to be 24 blocks away from it for a while. But, you know, if I'm up here in my main area, and I'll explain what this is in a bit. But if I'm up here in my main area, then I will be 24 blocks away. So at least we have that chance. But again, there's a good chance that it's just not going to happen until I can make that spawning area a lot bigger. So yeah, that's one thing I learned. Another thing is I've actually I've received the data pack from the person I hired to make it. So if you're wondering, I believe their name was Ambi on Fiverr. But let me just check quickly for you. Their full name is Ambiguous H Melon or Melion. I'll type it here. MBGS Melion, like that. So that's the person who I bought the data pack off of, or ordered the data pack off of on Fiverr, and I believe their like regular name is Ambi. But they did provide me with the pack. So what we're gonna do now is go test it. I made another copy of this world right here. So I had him add a setting that would let me automatically generate a successful wandering trader spawn. So we're gonna do that now. It's trigger. There it is. So let's see. It takes a second, and there you go. It spawned one over here. So yeah, now wandering traders can spawn up underground. You may notice these are regular llamas and not trader llamas, with just regular carpets on them. And the reason for this is actually because, weirdly enough, when creating the data pack, Ambi was not able to attach leads from trader llamas to the wandering trader. And I said, okay, well, would I rather have 2 trader llamas not attached or 2 regular llamas attached? And I went for this, despite the fact it's a little bit less authentic, because I really wanted those leads. You know, you could do a lot with leads. So anyway, you know, it's a completely regular wandering trader. You know, if this were a regular, I would have been able to access melons and light blue dye. So yeah, this is just a copy of the world, just to show you. Oh, there's the other one. I just spawned another one, and again, you'll see regular trades. It's probably, yeah, he even has acacia saplings. It's probably invisible because it's night right now, I assume. But in fact, I could probably just open to land commands and go into it is night. So yeah, that's the data pack. It allows the wandering trader to spawn underground. So that should hopefully mean that we are now able to get wandering traders for the remainder of this series, which will be cool. So anyway, now that I've talked about that, what is this? You may notice here I have the lava all locked up, so that's not going anywhere. And then I have, from my main water line, a water stream going all the way over here. And that's because I actually decided I did not want to do a waterless mob farm. I was a bit too lazy to do that. So I've designed a little, not designed, but I've created a little mob farm here. And we're going to see if we're able to just fill it up regularly like this, which we should be able to do. I mean, you know, I can literally get this water line to be like 8 more blocks this way, then 1 down, 8 more blocks that way. Like I believe it should be completely possible to get it all the way over there. And at the very least, this side, and this side should all be able to be filled with the water. So I did sort of hint as how this was possible earlier, but I will now be able to show you. First of all, right here, boom. Now those two are full source blocks. So if I actually do this, like this, and like that, oh, well that one's waterlogged. So now, there. Now these two water sources are full sources, which is perfect. How are we gonna do this next part? First of all, where does this water line go? Yeah, see, this water line can actually go a lot further this way, because this is only the 3rd block. And then we're gonna go down 1, and that. And now we're gonna try to get this all the way to the end over here. Go. And then there you go. So the fact that we are able to fill this side up means that we are perfectly capable of doing all 4 sides. I'm just going to block this up because it did the same thing as on the other side. I don't know if that works, if it's on the bottom. That. And there you go. So now that's 2 sides complete, and the last 2 should be fairly simple. We just kind of need to divert this, I guess, like this. Not like that. There you go. And there you go. That's 3 sides done. Now I have the wonderful task of destroying all this cobblestone. Just block this up so I don't have to mess with the water. And do one of these not long enough? This one. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's a mistake. All right. Couldn't be too hard to fix. We're just going to need to break this out 1 more wall. All right, so there you go. Now I can get the water flowing this way. Boop, boop, boop. As far as it'll go. This. And I just... that. There you go. Now I could just... mill this last piece down here. Put 2 more blocks so the water sources don't go all the way up. And there. Now the what is this called? The mob farm will be fully complete. I just need to block up water coming in from the top. And then as I go, I will just block up the top here. And then it'll be ready to go, basically. I hope this works. I'm not an expert on mob AI. I like to study up on everything, everywhere I can when it comes to Minecraft. You know, I would say I'm very knowledgeable when it comes to this game. You know, I know nearly everything there is to know. I have over a decade's worth of knowledge. But there's still always some things that surprise me, you know? Some things that sneak under the radar, especially when doing challenges like this. It's the time when the most things sneak under the radar, you know? I didn't know about wandering traders not spawning underground until I did that research. I didn't know the exact specifications of mob spawning until I did that research, but I love to learn these things. So what we're going to do is see if this works, and if it doesn't, then we're going to find a workaround. But we're not just going to, you know, I like learning things through way of experimentation more than I like learning things through way of just pre-planning, I suppose. Okay, and now, for the sake of baby zombies, right, I completely did not think about the fact that there would also be a spider problem, so I'm gonna need to go care of that quickly. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you are. I'll explain in a second. First, let's go deal with it. And at the same time, let me just make up no more flowing water. Yeah, yep, see, spider problem. Just heard one. I'm probably going to die if I go down here. Oh, maybe not. Alright, so how do we deal with a spider problem? Well, spiders need I think, like a 3x3 area to spawn. So if you just put blocks or put like cover blocks like this every 2 blocks, it stops them from invading your mob farms. So if I just do this, then I should not have a problem with any more spiders spawning. Now the mob farm should be complete. And I'm just going to delete this aqueduct that I've made, and then we'll go see if it works. Okay, and we are back. As you can see, there's some items here because I have actually just killed the first set of mobs. There was actually a few skeletons and creepers in there. I hope they keep spawning. We'll have to see for that. But for now, I am hopeful. I'm gonna do that so I can deposit all that. And we already got another zombie. Fully armored. Maybe he'll drop some. Hey, he did. Nice. Protection 2. I am kitted out now. So, with that, I think we're actually ready to get our first witch. Which is probably going to take a while. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here and farm these mobs. And if I hear or see a witch, we'll come back and we'll try to get ourselves our first villager. And we are back. That took maybe less than 20 minutes, so I'm happy with how long that took, honestly. It wasn't anything too extreme. Now what we're gonna do is just kill everything that isn't the witch so we can get her out. I'm sure she's drank plenty of health potions by now, so shouldn't have too much trouble, even if she takes a little bit of damage. And here's the thing, I know that there is an exact way to get the switch to throw a weakness potion, but I unfortunately don't know that by heart. I believe you have to be a certain a distance away from her. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, you have to be poisoned, is the thing. If you're poisoned already, then that's when she throws weakness. I started to move the dirt a little bit so I could farm mobs and hopefully get some bad, well, not some bad guys, some good guys at the same time. So here I have some. I feel like she's still throwing. That's interesting. And those are all weakness potions, I'm pretty sure. So I can get some passive mobs to spawn while I'm farming the mobs. So I'm gonna push this another like 24 blocks that way, and then hopefully that'll be possible. Oh, that's nice. Come on. Oh, that's slowness that she throws at you when you're that far away. Okay. Just come into the boat, Cristobal. There you go. Ow. Alright. Boom, boom. I guess there was some of my gear broke. I have, like, food fall in the lava. Because that would really suck. I just made that bread out. It's right here. So I'm just gonna wait now till I'm full health before I interact more with her. Okay. So now you throw poison at me. Yes. Now throw weakness at me because I'm already poisoned. Nope, that's harming. That's not good. Ugh. I hate how long the poison lasts when she throws it. Also, that harming came very close. Oh, I see. So when I'm already slowed and poisoned, then she starts throwing harming. But I'm not slowed anymore. Now she's gonna start throwing more slowness. That makes sense. How do I get her to throw weakness? All I see on Google, and I did look it up because I got a bit tired. Ow! You're supposed to throw, like, poison before you just jump straight to harming. Anyway, I looked it up because I was tired of waiting. But apparently, she starts throwing weakness at a 24% chance if you're within 3 blocks and don't have weakness. So I want to say, if I have poison and slowness, I know she won't throw it. There you go. She just threw weakness. Ow. There you go. Okay. I get in the boat. Yeah. Okay, and now I'm just gonna row her away so she can stay nice and far from the villager. And then this guy will become a villager, and I might just set him up in a little stall around here. I'm gonna use... I'll see, I might use deep slate bricks. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is make a little house for the villager here, and then we'll have our first villager, which is gonna be a farmer, and we're gonna be able to start, you know, getting some good resources from him. Well, emeralds being the main resource. And then with that, we'll be able to start hoping for wandering traders to spawn. And then hopefully one with dripstone. And once we get a wandering trader to spawn with dripstone, we will basically be set to start making a nether portal. And once we have a nether portal, then we can get gravel. Once we have gravel, we can actually start multiplicating the dirt. Once we get to the nether in general, we can just go straight to the end. But no, I'm not just going to try. I'm going to try not just doing that in like one episode, you know. Although, to do that, we have to get a wandering trader that actually has, whatchamacallits, dripstone. So that could actually take a long time. You know, a wandering trader only spawns every 20 minutes, and every 20 minutes it basically has, like, I believe a 1 in 10 chance of spawning. But then for that 1 in 10 chance, after that 1 in 10 chance succeeds, it has to choose a one block in a 48 by like 48 block area around the player in every direction. So if I'm standing in the middle of my area here and I have all this mined out, then I know that that 1 in 10 chance is always going to be successful because it's always going to have a spot to choose. But then I have to have one of its trades actually be dripstone. And, you know, that might take a while. So let's hope. Here is hoping. And here we go. We just got our first villager. But basically, I'll explain a little bit further how the Wandering Trader's spawning works. Basically, it has a 1 in 10 chance of succeeding to spawn every 20 minutes. Then, after it either succeeds or fails that 1 in 10, it chooses 10 blocks in the area around it, which let's say I'm standing in the middle of this. It's going to choose 10 random blocks in the 48 block, you know, radius area that I have here. So it might choose like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if one of those blocks is a spawnable block, it will spawn there. So in this case, we have, you know, a 10% chance for it to spawn every 10 minutes, and then a 1 in 4 chance of those 10 block checks working. So that's a lot. But once this is fully mined out, we should have basically just a 1 in 10 chance every 20 minutes, which is still going to be a lot, but less, a more manageable a lot. You get pushed in here, and there you go. I'm going to get an extra trapdoor here, just so I can cycle this guy's trades. Well, it also keeps them safe from baby zombies, because otherwise this box is fully safe from anything else, but it is not safe from baby zombies. I can also turn off hitboxes now. So what I would like him to give me is carrots and potatoes. There you go. That did not take long at all. So now what I can do is just farm my potatoes here. And I'm going to farm all the wheat as well. So I can remove it and turn it into carrots instead. And then trade this guy my potatoes, my carrots. More carrots and maybe more potatoes. Maybe not, actually. Oh, there you go. Hey, and some baked potatoes I've been here for some reason. Boom, and boom. There you go. Now I'm just going to have to keep up with farming these so I can keep trading with this guy. Because I don't have, you know, melon seeds yet. Though I will be able to get those from a wandering trader as well. And that pumpkin trade is actually really good, because not every villager has this trade. So this pumpkin trade means that this villager will be able to trade me pumpkins and melons for emeralds, which I will hopefully be able to exploit later. But hey, I have my first 7 emeralds here. If a wandering trader spawns and gives me you know, a dripstone trade, a wood trade, a dye trade, something, I'll be able to take it. And I think that, you know, finishes up this episode. We made a good amount of progress, I would say. We got accomplished what we wanted to get accomplished. And next episode, I'm going to finish tearing up this whole area, the big square. And, you know, we're going to maybe work on some more infrastructure, try to hope for more, wandering traders. Well, for the first wandering trader to spawn. And, yeah, maybe, if we're lucky, also get some passive mobs to spawn. So I will see you guys in the next episode.